What's up, beautiful people? My name is Derek Standifer, aka Ayana's daddy, aka Derek Jr.'s papa, aka my parents' son. And I have the honor, the privilege, and the pleasure of having an amazing individual on today of Solve It Sundays. I've been knowing you, Bree, for about past well over 15 years.
Yeah.
Um, Good friends, some siblings type of situation. I've been adopted part of their family, man. It's an honor to know you. It's an honor to see you do your thing. Y'all welcome Miss Breonna Leon. How you doing, Bree?
I am doing good today. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored. Like I said, it's an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to have you on. I had to pull out my Island Maze Brighter Day Foundation shirt for this interview. Shout out to Miss Jackson because y'all doing amazing things in the community. Um, I speak about this often about wanting to make people proud. And your family is just one of those families that I just always wanted to make proud. I appreciate y'all so much for accepting me and making me feel at home when I come visit y'all. So that's a beautiful thing to know you.
You're a
So,
great addition to the family.
data privacy. All right, we're good to go. So before we get started, good ma'am, could you tell everybody who's watching a little bit about who you are, what you do, why you do it, good ma'am?
So I am Breonna Leon, also known as Bree the GMP. The GMP stands for Geriatric Nurse Practitioner. I am a nurse practitioner based in Atlanta, and I provide care in nursing homes, any long-term care type facility. And on the side, I am a social media influencer looking to kind of reach out to nurses, nursing students, nurse practitioners, and nurse practitioner students to kind of help them with their journey as well.
Man, yes, ma'am. Y'all, Bree's a geriatric nurse by profession, and in real life, she's just a dope individual, amazing individual with some amazing friends. So here on Solve It Sundays, we're going to be going through how you solve the twists and turns of your life. So the first step is to believe. So what strengthens your belief? I remember when we were in high school. I remember ninth grade year, Washington High School, and you said you wanted to be a OBGYN. I remember that. But
Yep.
what started this interest? What got you interested in being a nurse practitioner?
So I always tell everybody, growing up, I grew up with my great grandmother. So while other kids were like out, hanging out on weekends, I was at the nursing homes. So funny. So
Why
she
you
would
got
take, huh?
So that's why you got an old soul.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, she would take me to visit either her friends or family members that were in the nursing home. So I was there kind of helping out. We would go sing to them. We would bring them little goodies and stuff. That's just something that she was like passionate about, just giving back to those people. And I kind of sparked the interest there. But like you said, I thought I wanted to be an OBGYN, but life had other plans. And I'm glad I'm where I am because I love my geriatric patients. And when I say geriatric, I hope everybody knows that means my elderly adults. We all have to get there one day, God willing. And I love working with those individuals. Just gives me an opportunity to see the wisdom of life and how you can grow and become so wise. And I hope to be that. And I gain so much working with that population.
It's a beautiful thing when we sit at the feet of our elders. They have experience that they can only gain through, just growing, just
Life.
getting seasoned. He's just living life. Um, it's a beautiful thing just to kind of take a shortcut on the thing on our experiences and learn from them. So I know it's a
Mhm.
great question that's very fulfilling for you. So
Absolutely.
um, the second step of solving the Rubik's cube, the second step of solving life, is to solve your cross. Now, solving your cross on the cube is to identify, this cross right here that you see. But in life, it's to identify your why, your reasons.
Mm.
So, why are you in this profession? What are your reasons? Who do you want to make proud?
I used to plan my life myself. I used to think I knew what I wanted to do. Like you just said, I thought I wanted to be an OBGYN, right? I used to do a lot of planning. I got into just my own spirituality and kind of asking God not what he can do, but actually asking him what is it that he would have me do. When I started to do that, I think my purpose became more and more clear to me because I was too busy trying to plan out things and I thought I knew what I needed. As you know, I got pregnant in high school, right? I changed the trajectory of my plans altogether. So just those experiences of like really, really asking God what you're here to do and walking in your purpose, it opens the doors to just so many things. So my why now that is revealed to me is to kind of help those people in my community that I serve, and I work close in my community. The facilities I serve are in my community. Giving back to those people and just being there. I work as a nurse practitioner in a psych specialty, but I get to go in there and socialize with those patients. I feel like I'm doing more than just being a nurse practitioner. So my why is just helping others, caring for others, doing things that I would want done for me, that I would want done to my loved ones. One patient told me one day, I love when you come in here because you always come in here smiling. And that was my why that day. Not going in there, writing prescriptions, coming in and smiling at someone and just being their light for today. So I find my purpose daily by getting up every morning. I say, God, please help me do what it is you would have me to do. And when I do that, my purpose is just so clear. I just get up and I go, and I'm able to do the things that I need to do because I'm so fulfilled and it's revealed to me.
I think one of the greatest things in finding what it is that we're meant to do is to serve. I think everybody has a talent, a gift, a skill set. And when we serve using our talents and our gifts and our skill sets, it makes the world a better place. So thank you for serving in the lane that you are serving in. Let me go to the comments. We got some people that are tuning in today. We got Miss Kalina, Miss Jackson. Hey, love you both. We love you as well, Miss Jackson. Miss Lane. Hey, family.
Hey, Jaquivia.
What's up, Jaquivia? How you living, good man? Fred is tuned in. Hey, guys. Gina Jones is on. Hey, y'all. We got Misty. She done came out of hiding.
Hi,
Misty. Yes. Bree, I mean, you just brought the whole crew out. That's my girl. She got pins for sale, y'all. Gina Jones said she got pins for sale as well.
Promotion, huh?
That's the dimples for me. For me, you talking about my dimples?
No, I don't think she's talking about you, Derek.
Absolutely. And Sade, she's a PhD student at FAMU. Blessings. And then Juanito, beautiful empress. That's what's up. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. If you want to ask Bree some questions or whatnot, feel free to comment. So the third step of solving the Rubik's Cube, the third step of solving life is to fill in your corners. Now, filling in your corners is a metaphor for surrounding yourself with positive people who will push you and motivate you to be the best version of yourself, and immersing yourself in environments that would allow for you to grow and develop. So what kind of environment do you immerse yourself in? What kind of people do you consider friends? And what's the circle of influence that allows you to be the person that you are today?
What's so funny is I think we're at this age now. I'm 30. We're at this age where we're kind of figuring things out, and I find it to be a beautiful thing. My circle has actually changed from my 20s to now, and much needed. Not kind of a negative thing, not a forced thing, not like I'm purposely staying away from people, but my circle has just changed on its own, just based off where I am in life, and that's okay. And I found that to be a very positive thing because I'm engaging with people that are really like empowering me. Just from my husband is already here. I mean, he's here with me, but my mom, my friends, most of them are healthcare professionals as well. But I've also gained some new friends along the way. And I've also gone down my own spiritual journey. So I've gained more friends that are meant to accompany me on that journey. And I'm learning that everybody's not meant to go down your journey with you, as we think they are. So just I guess what it's funny to say, but my circle is kind of choosing itself for me just based off who I am becoming. And like I said, losing people and gaining people, it's just kind of revealing itself as I walk my spiritual journey. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. God, work it out however you want to do it.
It's so crazy you say that, because as I travel this journey called life, I realized that, we are magnets to the people in our circle. Based off the career path that we choose, you have nurse practitioners in your circle. A lot of my friends are PhD students, they have PhDs or working in higher ed and education because that's the program that I chose to pursue. And you get to shape it based off the type of person that you become. So, the more you climb the mountain, it'll start to define your circle of influence a little bit more. So if you want to be successful in your field, I think it's a great thing to find other people who are successful in that field and surround yourself with those types of people. And your family is one of the most loving. Oh my goodness. I can't thank the Jacksons. Well, y'all, how much enough for like just getting me through high school. Going to the Goodwill, going to Wendy's. These are memorable moments that I have grown up. And just the love. And I wanted to make I wanted to make Miss Jackson so proud. And I know I'm not biologically from a fruit of the tree, but y'all made me feel at home nonetheless. And it's a beautiful thing when you want to make somebody proud. You feel me? When you want to make somebody proud, and you and your brothers and myself, I think we're doing a decent job of making your mama proud. So
Yes, I think so too.
yeah, yeah. What you say? Come on, magnets. You are who you attract. That what's up. That what's up. And Sade says, so good, so good. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for coming in. We appreciate y'all. All right. So the fourth step of solving the Rubik's Cube, the fourth step of solving life is to take it to the next level. Now, taking it to the next level, y'all see I solved the second row of the Rubik's Cube. The metaphor in life is to continue to grow, to continue to get better. Bree, how do you become a better version of yourself? How do you grow? I use books, I use motivational speeches all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you use to become a better version of yourself?
Again, going back to just finding myself spiritually, that's number one. Just kind of tuning into who I am. I think I'm growing. What I think a big word is, I'm growing more self-aware. I'm trying to learn more about me and who I am, not just in a like superficial way, but I want to understand why I do the things I do, right? Why am I such a planner, for example? Why am I so happy when I go out? Just understanding who I am as a person is so important. And I think that takes a lot of maturity. I think a lot of people, like we go through our 20s, we're just kind of learning and going, right? But once you reach, I don't know, I guess it's this 30 age, I don't know. But once you reach a certain point, you're just like, I want to know more about who I am and why I am. So definitely, first of all, it's just kind of spiritually knowing myself. And then I would say, as far as growing in my profession, I am a go-getter. I do not shortchange my patients. I am passionate about what I do. I go in there every day and I try to make sure that I am number one at what I do. With my age and my profession, I get questioned a lot. Like a lot of the old school nurses are like, well, why are you doing this? Or why you write this prescription? That is the time where I'm able to use my expertise to kind of prove myself. And it's sad that I have to do that, but it pushes me. I say, hey, I'm doing it this way because the evidence says this. Because they don't know. They know what they were used to kind of doing back in the day. But I'm giving them evidence-based practice because I'm up on mine. I don't think you should ever work in a profession where you're not constantly educating yourself about what you're doing, especially in healthcare. It changes from day to day.
Well, it's crazy. COVID just happened. A year ago, nobody had any idea what COVID was. Now we have to adjust our practices to, care for patients who contract this who contract this illness or whatnot.
Right.
Especially in healthcare, things are changing all the time. I'm not in the profession, but things are changing so much and so often. The new medications are being invented every day, and you got to stay on top of this stuff. So, and the second point is, I think you get challenged a lot when you're young in your career. When you're young in your career, people gonna test your knowledge. They're gonna make sure you know what you're doing. So, be prepared to fight that battle.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta have your weapons ready, and my weapons is my knowledge.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right. So, y'all, the fifth and the final step of solving the Rubik's Cube, the fifth and the final step of solving life is to see the bigger picture. And seeing the bigger picture, it means to keeping your commitment to your commitments. In life, you're gonna go through some trials and tribulations. You will go through the storms of life. But I think when we have these obstacles, when we have these tests, God give us these tests for us to turn them into a testimony. So, how do you overcome the obstacles in your life, Bree? How have you kept your commitment to your commitment? I mean, I've seen the story from a front seat view, but how have you managed to keep your commitment to your commitments to overcome the trials and tribulations?
Well, first of all, I think what was so pivotal for me was, like I said, getting pregnant very young. I think that even though at the time it seemed like such a devastating thing, it seemed like the end of the world when it happened. But what I've noticed, like now, looking back, that was my motivation. And being a young mother it is my commitment, and it helps me keep the commitment to what I have to do, because I'm doing it not only for myself, but I have someone to provide for. So that keeps me so grounded. And I know too, because I got pregnant young, a lot of people helped me get here. And like you said, we got to make those people proud. And I feel like I have to go the extra mile because people helped me in a way that they didn't have to. Right. So, when you raise your kids when they're 18, you can wash your hands. My mom had to let me stay there for years to kind of get it together to be where I am. So I literally, I don't feel like I can let anybody down at this point because too many people have poured into me. So I guess when I look back at those things, I'm more than committed to keep going, to keep striving. I push myself a little too hard sometimes, I would say. But I just think it's so important in that light. Also, and this may not be important, but I say it all the time. When I did get pregnant too, a lot of people looked down on me in a negative way. And not that that should be a factor, but it did drive me a little bit to kind of prove them wrong. And I know that other people have experienced things where people have kind of put them down and told them, you'll never do this, or, you know, you'll never get there. Even you, I know me and you have had conversations. I'm sure people have said things about you, but look at you now. And even though you're not worried about those people, it's a motivator for me to show you, you know, it can be done. And then the other people that have experiences like us, we can say, hey, it was hard. We had to buckle down. We had to have support, but you can get there too. So I think it's so important to kind of go every day and do everything, because you got other people watching, those people that poured into you, those people that hated on you, and those people who come after you and have similar situations. So that keeps me committed to what I have to do, because I know it's people watching.
Oh man, that's so crazy. You took that right out of my breath. So invested in me. They never told me to pay it back. They always told me to pay it forward. You can't pay me back, but pay it forward. Two, you know, sometimes we need a dragon to slay. Sometimes we need to prove people wrong who wrote us off. You know, it's not the driving factor, but at the back of your mind, y'all wrote me off. I'm gonna show y'all. You know, it's just one of those. Prove y'all here wrong. Prove them wrong. Frank Sinatra said the greatest revenge is massive success. And three, y'all, we gotta pass the torch one day. You know, right now the torch has been passed to us, and while we carrying it, it's our duty to make sure the torch is burning bright. But we also got to make sure that we pass the torch to somebody qualified. And then to pass the torch to somebody qualified, we got to make sure they qualified by teaching them and giving them the skill set by living a life and living a purpose. So thank you for mentioning that. We got people looking up us. There's nobody in the world that I want to make proud of more than my babies. Ayana and Derek, they're looking up. You know, they looking up. Jaden and Jace, they looking up to you. They gotta see their mama doing right. So thank you for that. Thank you for that.
And you sometimes don't even know your impact. I was just gonna add, because I have people reach out to me on Instagram and say, you have really inspired me. And that is so heartwarming. You don't even think about that sometimes. You kind of just going and you doing what you have to do to get by. And for somebody to reach out to you and say, hey, you know, I was going through this. Some people have given me like their full life stories in a DM. And it's beautiful. And I sit there and I read it. And it's just so, I don't know. It's just so fulfilling to know that someone's watching you and someone is inspired by what you're doing. And if anything, that should push you a little bit harder. It's like, hey, this girl watching me. I got to show her, you know, you can do this too, you know? So I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
One of my favorite songs by Big Sean, he said, it's bigger than me. It ain't about you. Yep. It ain't about you. You got people who, man, it's so crazy, man. It's you know, you got people who they write themselves out when they get pregnant in high school. You get pregnant in high school, you know, it's one of those things. And now you got a success story. It happened to me. You can still prevail. You can still push through it. Your life is not over. A lot of times people think that just because we fail, that it makes us a failure. You can always bounce back your trials and your tribulations. So thank you for sharing that testimony, good man. Kim, you appreciate that. It's a beautiful thing. So when we got a person of your caliber, I feel like we got to take full advantage of the wisdom that you bring forth today. So, do you have any lasting? Hold on, before we get to that point, I forgot to let you know that we have officially solved life Rubik's cube. We solved the turns of your life, Breonna Leon. So, thank you for that, good man. But as I was saying, when we got a person of your caliber, we got to make sure we take full advantage of the wisdom that you bring. So, are there any lasting words that you want to say to everybody who's watching today?
I just wanted to share what I do every day now to kind of keep myself going is I get up in the morning and I pray, and I kind of ask God. And sometimes too, let me just be honest. Sometimes I get off track with my routine, and I know it's different because I act different. So I've just now I've fallen off and I've gotten back on track. So I get up and I pray, and then I read a devotional. And whatever devotional you choose, I wanted to share something from one of mine to kind of sum up what we were talking about today. And I used this one by my lady Joyce. And it's called Trusting God Day by Day. And what the devotional is on is called Seek to Do Good. And it says the Bible is filled with instructions for us to be active. The direction to be active instead of passive is rather simple, but millions of people totally ignore it. Maybe they think things will get better on their own, but nothing good happens accidentally. Once I learned that, my life changed for the better. The Bible says we are to seek to be kind and good. Seek is a strong word meaning to crave, pursue, and go after. If we seek opportunities, we are sure to find them, and that will protect us from being idle and unfruitful. We must ask ourselves if we are alert and active or passive and inactive. God is alert and active. I am glad He is. Otherwise, things in our lives would deteriorate rapidly. God not only created the world and everything we see and enjoy in it, He also actively maintains it because He knows that good things do not simply occur. They happen as a result of right action. God-inspired, balanced activity keeps us from being idle and unfruitful and thereby serves as a protection for us. Actively doing right things continuously will prevent us from doing wrong things. And it says, are you pursuing goodness and kindness? Be alert and active, trusting God to inspire right action in your life while you seek to be good and kind.
That girl can read. That was suck. That was suck. She can read. She went watching the high school, y'all. Bree, it's an honor, a pleasure, a privilege, and a pleasure to link up with you. As always, thank you for agreeing to do the interview. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today on Solve It Sundays. We appreciate you. So from the top of my heart, so thank you, good man.
Thank you. And if anybody wants to reach me, I am at Bree the GNP on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm more than open to help anybody that needs me.
That was up. That was up. Jaquivia says, come on, Bree, with the Auntie Joyce. Word.
Jaquivia know about me and Joyce.
All right, good people. Y'all be great like the lakes. Be blessed like a sneeze.
Peace. Thank you.
Bree, stay on.